This morning I am going to be making some biscuits, sausage gravy, and hash browns. My husband wants me to make his into like a breakfast bowl, so I thought I'd show y'all how I make my biscuits and my sausage gravy. So to a mixing bowl, you're going to add 2 cups of flour, tablespoon of baking powder. Normally I like to make buttermilk biscuits, but I'm out of buttermilk, so I'm improvising. 1 teaspoon of salt. I do like my biscuits a little saltier, so I'm going to use kosher salt, and I also use salted butter. You can use unsalted butter if you prefer. 1 tablespoon of sugar. And you just want to combine all of your dry ingredients together. I'm going to add 1 stick of butter, salted or unsalted, whichever you prefer. People like to cube their butter. I'm going to use this. It finely shreds it, and it just incorporates into the mixture really well, and you get like butter in each bite. And also, I did put this in the freezer for a couple minutes before I am shredding it, because grating it, whichever, and it makes it a lot easier. So you're just going to do the whole stick of butter into your dry. You're going to cut the butter into your dough. I don't have like an actual pastry cutter, so I'm just going to use this, and you just want to work the butter into the dough. Make sure it's not too clumpy. Oh, you're going to add 3/4 cup of whole milk. Now, you do not want to overwork your dough, so you're just going to gently, or this is how I do it. I gently fold the milk in until the dough starts to form. Onto a floured surface. I like using my wooden cutting board. You're going to lay your dough. Work your dough together. Fold it a couple times. Just make sure you do not overdo it. But you're just going to fold and press. Probably 4 or 5 times. And my dough's looking something like this. So now I am going to work it out. And I will put a little bit, or I'll kind of dip my mason jar in the flour. These are perfect for cutting biscuits. And then you're just going to go in. That's about the thickness that I like to do. So you're going to repeat this until all your dough is used. You might have to fold it a couple more times and work it back out. Here's my biscuits. Let's see if I can get a good angle. Okay, it makes 8 biscuits. Now, since I don't have any buttermilk, I mixed a little heavy cream and whole milk together. And I'm going to brush the tops of my biscuits. Alright, and these are going to go in a 425-degree oven for about 12 minutes. Now that my biscuits are in the oven, I'm going to start on my sausage gravy. Normally, I would use a pound of sausage, but I'm using what I have, so I probably have about a half a pound, and you're going to cook it in a skillet. I am going to throw a little bit of butter in here with it, just because I won't have as much, sausage grease. I think I'm going to do about this much, and you just want to brown your sausage until it's fully cooked. Now that my sausage is browned, I'm going to throw in, I'm going to start with about 1/4 cup, maybe a little less, of flour. And I'm going to combine that in with my sausage butter and the grease. So this is kind of what you're looking for. whisking in milk, I just eyeball this. It's really determined by how thick or thin you prefer your gravy. So I'm just gonna whisk in some milk, and you want it like over medium-low heat. And also, while that's thickening, I'm going to add some coarse black pepper, some Slap Your Mama, some crushed red pepper, some onion powder, garlic powder. I like my sausage gravy to have a lot of flavor. And you can add as little or as much as you like. You can leave out seasonings. It's really up to you. This will thicken up a little bit more. We like our gravy a little on the thicker side, but it should be looking something like this. Here are my biscuits pulled out of the oven. I am going to butter the tops of them real quick. Here is my kids' plates. I had one that requested the gravy on the side. And here is my husband's bowl. He has a layer of hash browns, biscuits, and then the sausage gravy.